doing a foundation wear test, which means that I don't have to show the rest of my makeup. However, I'm a makeup junkie and I need to apply something on my eyeballs if I'm filming or if I'm just doing makeup for myself for the day. And I was very curious about these 3 products that I recently hauled in a PR haul, so I figured why not film another video and show you guys how these work. I get it out of my system, I get to play with them, I'm actually pretty excited about them, and I get to create a makeup look for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Let me zoom you guys in. Let's get up close and personal. The eyeshadow palette we're gonna use today is the Midsummer palette by Alter Ego. She is brand spanking new and she is a star. Y'all already know what color I'm gravitating towards, right? I really want to dip into this one. She is so sexy, so stinking pretty. So we're gonna prep our lids fairly quickly. Y'all already know the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in medium. And then I'm gonna use my sponge because I don't wanna get product under my nail. With a big fluffy brush, we're gonna dip into this shade over here. It is called Meadow. And I'm gonna tap out really, really well. I'm gonna focus Meadow out here. I'm gonna do the tappy thing that I do. You know, you just kind of tap it here, concentrate the majority of the product in the outer corner, and then gently start patting back and forth. Instead of a regular windshield wiper motion, we pat back and forth. That allows you to distribute the product without there being much to no skipping. Because when you go in like this, your brush is so packed with product that you're gonna get some skipping, and you kind of don't want to do that. Because once you set that primer, it could potentially look funky. We don't like funky looking primer or eyeshadow. You just kind of pat back and forth like this. I know it's kind of like a really harsh shade for the crease, so you're like, that's good. She started dark. It's okay. You know, we always have a vision here on the channel. Tap out, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other eyeball. And then with a really big fluffy brush, I'm gonna blend out that outer edge. I'm gonna start diffusing that. You guys know I'm all about a smoky eye, right? As long as you have your basic tones and shades for a smoky eye, you can pretty much create any look. See, so we diffuse it, looks really pretty, so it's not as harsh. Key is not to fully blend with the same brush. You want to use a clean brush and not the one that you used to apply product, because that's where it gets messy. You could get raccoon eye. It'll look patchy and muddy and then weird. You want it to look flattering. Now with another fluffy brush, I'm gonna go into Pollen. I know you're thinking, you're like, what do you mean? With another fluffy brush. That's a shimmer shade. I know. Work with me here. We're gonna tap it and blend as we go. Oh, that's prettier than I thought it was gonna be. And then we're gonna blend back and forth as we go by patting. So you're not gonna do one of these and make a mess of it. Just pat. When I first started applying eyeshadow, I had zero clue. Thank goodness I went to beauty school, because otherwise I wouldn't know anything. But it was an issue for me because I was like, why is this coming out patchy and muddy and weird looking? And when you go to beauty school, they teach you like your basics. So they teach you pretty much what you need to know to start off. But it's like going to college for business, for everything really. You know, you learn what you learn, but then when you're out in the real world, you learn more. You learn tips and like real life stuff. That's what really makes you the pro. These little tips and tricks that sometimes I show you guys, it's because some of it I learned in beauty school, but some of it I've had to figure out on my own. Little shortcuts and just easier ways of explaining things. Unless you're taking like an advanced course, you don't get everything out of it, you know? So I'm gonna take the same brush, I'm gonna go back into Meadow, but I'm only gonna go with the tip of it. And I'm gonna concentrate that out here. Little circular motions. I'm not gonna do all that blending, just little circular motions. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but here we're gonna be very careful. I'm gonna kind of tap some in here to deepen it. You have to take your time here, because if you don't, girl, it will look crazy, because it'll like blow out too much. I'm gonna take my little time, with the very same brush. I'm closing it. I'm going to drag whatever's left at the bottom to kind of smoke that out. And then I'm gonna pull out here. And if you notice that maybe you overdid it and you're like, no, I overdid it, I didn't want that much, just go in with your little triangle, what is it? Puff. It's a puff. Oh my God. How could I forget? Clean out your edges. You could even go in with a little more powder. I'm gonna use the Dominique Cosmetics translucent powder. Make sure that you kind of go like this. Remove the excess and press the powder that you need onto the little powder puff. Make sure everything kind of looks uniform and that the top looks seamless. And then I want to apply a little bit of a liner out here and smudge it. Here's the thing, I don't want to go harsh with black, but I don't want to wear a brown. So I'm going to go in with this one here. This is Round the Clock 8 p.m. by Bare Minerals. What's the shade? I don't think it has a shade. It looks like this. It's kind of like a really deep espresso. I'm going to smudge that only on the outer portion of the eyeball. And then I'm going to go ahead and tightline really quickly. With a clean pencil brush, I'm gonna kind of diffuse that a little bit, press that in. This is gonna help the lash line look deeper and thicker. You see the difference? Do the same thing on the other eyeball. I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. And then we're gonna try the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Mascara. This is the Lash Illusion Mascara, defining and lifting. And then it says in the shade Black. Apparently it's brand new, I don't know, let's see. The packaging is super cute. And here we have our wand. Let's apply at the bottom first. And I tend to apply at the bottom to avoid the top lashes touching the top of my eyes. Otherwise we get mascara there. So I typically will start off at the bottom. We're gonna do the one eye so that you can see the difference between mascara and no mascara. Here's the mascara, top and bottom. That's one really good coat. I don't know if I want to apply a second coat or what we want to do with it, so let me get the other eye together and we'll see. Here we have one good coat on both eyes. The bottom looks dramatico, but then when we're looking at the top, they still kind of like I feel like it needs more. And maybe I'm expecting too much because I'm all about my It Superhero mascara, but I feel like it's not giving at the top the way it's giving at the bottom. And that's atypical with me and mascaras, that's just my vibe. So the real question is, should I apply accent lashes out here and keep it simple, or do I just pack on even more mascara? This is definitely giving length and it's making them darker, but other than that, like nothing super special. I think I'm gonna apply accents and see. They have been placed, but they're not tucked, and I think it does emphasize. I just need to kind of like let the glue dry. I'm trying a different glue. I'm doing the Kiss Lash Couture Extra Strength, so it takes a little longer to dry. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fluffy brush, the same one I had used earlier, and I'm going to dip very gently into that matte, because now that I see how it's going, I kind of want to deepen this a little bit. Deeper in here. And I'm not gonna blend it, I'm just tapping the product onto that area. And if it was smoky enough for you, that's fine. I just want a little extra something. And then we're gonna apply Bobbi Brown on the cheeks. Now this is a lip and cheek product, but you guys know how much I love a cream blush. So this is going specifically on the cheek. This is their Pot Rouge in Calypso Coral. And I grab a little bit like this. I like that it comes with such a tiny mirror. And I'm gonna tap some out here. Wow, I'm gonna close this, that's so pigmented. Out here, bring it up, out here. And then I'm gently going to bring that forward. And I'm not swiping it. That's one of those things you have to be really careful with when you're using cream product and or if you're using a cream blush, which typically goes on top of everything else, on top of your bronzer and stuff, right? You don't want to swipe it because there's potential that you're lifting and disrupting everything else that's underneath, and then it could be a little chaotic. So you just kind of want to tap it and blend forward. You want most of your blush to be out here. Bring it forward by pressing gently, and it won't be heavy and harsh on the cheekbone, which you want the blush to emphasize and lift. If it's really heavy on this area here, it's actually gonna drag down the cheekbone, and you don't want that. Over here, that was a lot of pigment, so I don't need to dip back in there. Whatever I had back here, I am gradually bringing forward. Let's get the hair down, you guys, and here we have the completed look. Now let's talk about the products individually, and I'll let you know whether or not I recommend them, because you know I can't just like do a tutorial and shut up, right? Okay, cool. So the Physicians Formula mascara, it's nice. It did the most for the under eye, but it's not amazing. If you like Physician Formula and all you want is length, you want to look natural, but you want length, you might like this. But in my opinion, if you're gonna go drugstore, just go with L'Oreal. They have amazing mascaras. The Pot Rouge by Bobbi Brown is beautiful. It's set to a powder-like finish, so technically I didn't even have to do the extra setting under the eye for that gradient. It just looks pretty. It gives me a nice flush. It was effortless. It's very pigmented, so you have to kind of go in with caution, it's just nice and I highly recommend it. And then the Alter Ego Midsummer palette, Nana. Don't sleep on it. I do have a discount, so you can just check out the description box below. You'll get the discount so you don't have to pay full price for her. This palette is stunning. This would be a palette that I'm gonna gravitate towards a lot. I absolutely love the Alter Ego formulas. They're great dupes for high-end, specifically Natasha Denona. Their entire collection start off at $16, and I think the most expensive, and it's because it's really big, is $22. Alter Ego is... All right, you guys, and now that you've seen the product in action, let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Did you like this tutorial? What do you guys think about the color selection I went with today? And I need you guys' feedback. I was thinking of doing a series where I would review products and let you know if it's a hot buy or a hot mess. Let me know in the comment section if you've heard of something like that before, at least that specific term. I searched on YouTube. I haven't found anything that says hot buy or hot mess, but I really don't want to take something from someone if it's already a thing. So if you guys can help me out, know if you've heard of anything like that, at least that specific term, that would be amazeballs. And if you're new here, I want to take a moment to invite you to join a little family here on the YouTube by hitting the subscribe button below. I upload 6 days out of the week because I want to make sure you have fun, ongoing content at all given times. And I'm gonna go ahead and recommend 2 videos here on screen I'm hoping you'll consider checking out. And if you do, I will see you guys over there. Bye guys.